All right, all right. Hello, thank you for the follow. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a game between LawLiet versus Goal. This game taking place here on Twisted Meadows. What's going to be happening here in this 1v1 matchup? WGL will replace it with Turtle Rock. Okay, so Twisted Meadows going away. Turtle Rock making another introduction. Not really insider info. Infi leaked it in an interview. All right, so Twisted Meadows. Well, we'll see if it actually affects Moon's gameplay. Maybe Twisted Meadows had such a large win rate for Moon that everyone was just like, let's just remove that. Turtle Rock 1v1 is a pretty weird match. Not really. Turtle Rock has actually been quite a common map for quite some time. It just recently rotated out. There are a lot of creeps, but only well, there's also a lot of consumables, and it does make for a very fast action game. Turtle Rock, even though it is considered, I believe, a medium-sized map initially, because of the dead areas in the corners of the map, it actually plays much smaller. Anyways, we are looking at a Death Knight coming in from goal, going up against, well, it looks like it's going to be a Tavern Hero coming in from LawLiet, as the Altar of Elders is a little bit slow. What's the point of removing TM and going for TR instead? Um, well, you get very long, drawn out games on Twisted Meadows because the map is absolutely so large. Turtle Rock, there's only 2 expansions really that are tucked away. Everything else, you move towards the center, so you kind of force into engagements, and it's harder to hide expansions on that map. Turtle Rock also has, well, you guys know Turtle Rock. We all know Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock also has a lot of interesting creep patterns, especially for the Blade Master and Orc. So perhaps they're trying to address some of the racial imbalance by adding in Turtle Rock and removing Twisted Meadows. I always thought that Turtle Rock was a little bit more favored towards Orc than Night Elf compared to Twisted Meadows, but that is only just empirical evidence without actually doing any real research, just my personal feelings. All right, a couple of archers right there, able to poke down that ghoul. Altar of Elders right there, as we are looking at a Beast Master as the main hero. Beastmaster is currently out onto the field. I believe I saw a death coil right there, and this is going to be a large amount of piercing. It's an interesting idea, but I would like them adding a new map instead. Adding new maps would be interesting too if there were really strong, interesting new maps to add. Then again, you don't want to have professional players try and feel like they need to relearn the game, but still, I see it as an improvement. Yeah, Turtle Rock still with the Watcher Wards in the middle, right? Players used to go for those Watcher Wards, not in the middle, more off to the side in front of those Goblin Merchant shops. As long as you don't allow close spawns on Turtle Rock, I feel like that's okay. Otherwise, Human versus Night Elf, where you have access to Militia and can just run into your opponent's base, kill everything real fast, and then build up towers, is a bit, well, difficult. Null Brute down to 140 hit points. We're going to see those archers get in some damage right there. Death Knight trying to get off that Death Coil, down to 99 hit points. There's the Death Coil, there's the steal, and, well, Beastmaster still gets the tome. Coming back across here, Beastmaster going after some of Goal's skeletal minions as the archers and Quill Beasts, well, being dropped down. All right, a Beastmaster still sitting at level 1. We are looking at a Tree of Life being built off to the north here. Meanwhile, the Death Knight, Staff of Teleportation, and gonna go after the bottom left-hand side of the map. This Death Knight, with that Staff of Teleportation and also that Sacrificial Skull, gonna be able to easily set up an expansion here. This is what I was mentioning here on Twisted Meadows. This expansion isn't necessarily, well, it's not really hidden, but it is very out of the way for LawLiet. Same thing for LawLiet's expansion that he's going to be setting up. It is pretty much on the opposite end of the map. Very difficult to get to for your opponent, while very easy to defend for you. That's the reason why we generally have larger, longer macro games on a map such as Twisted Meadows, as the Death Knight sitting at level 2, running around now with Unholy Aura. units making their way back off to the north here. Beastmaster has Cloak of Shadows, will be able to play a game of hide and go seek along with all of those archers, except, well, the Beastmaster can also hide at night. Death Knight wandering around here, going after perhaps some more of these no warding creep camps, as we are only sitting, I believe, at tier 1 on both sides. And there is another Necropolis training, so we do have faster expansion coming in from LawLiet as this Tree of Life getting into position and will be engaging here. Tree of Life absorbing quite a bit of damage. Going to perhaps eat some trees, replenish some hit points as the Quill Beast, Forest Troll Berserker, and this entire ranged piercing army able to do a large amount of damage. All right, Tree of Life going to get taken down. There goes, what was that item? Death Knight unable to get the Death Coil steal there, as the ghouls has to be very careful. Too much damage all of a sudden, and it does add up very, very quickly. The Death Knight just constantly getting body blocked. There's a Dust of Appearance as the Death Knight going to go after that Archer. Archer down to 80 hit points and still running away. Death Knight doesn't want to use the mana, but may be forced to use the Death Coil mana anyways. Meanwhile, Beastmaster going to finish off the remainder of that creep camp and now finish off this skeletal minion here. Tree of Life wants to replenish more hit points. Meanwhile, Death Knight making its way back down to the south as the Death Knight, well, does see an expansion down here. Ancient Protector being built in the back. Is it actually spotted? I'd have to believe that Goal can spot that there is an Ancient Protector being built on the bottom left, and now a couple of ghouls are being brought over to try and put down some pressure. That Ancient Protector down to, well, sitting at 300 hit points, trying to climb up, but that's not going to be enough as the ghouls get in position and will start clawing away at it. Beastmaster does going for what I believe that is the Raging Bear. It does have Bash, so it will be able to do a large amount of damage pretty effectively, as we are now looking at a Staff of Teleportation. Where is that Beastmaster going? Going to go ahead and try and protect it down across here. Ancient Protector and Quill Beast is now down. Ghouls are going to be able to finish off this Ancient Protector. Down it goes. Ancient Protector unable to uproot and then start eating, as the Beastmaster is actually in a little bit of trouble here. Caught between a rock and a hard place. Is that ghoul going to get taken down? It is on Blight. It doesn't look like it's going to get taken, or no, it does. Getting stuck behind a couple of buildings here, as a Raging Bear now joining in on the fight as well. Beast Bear, the Beastmaster, bringing the party with him with that Staff of Teleportation, and, well, all of a sudden causing a lot of issues for his opponent. Ziggurats are going to get taken down, and we're looking at 34 over 50 supply as a second Ziggurat about to be lost as well. One Cold Tower, all that separating here as more damage getting added up. Meanwhile, Death Knight fighting next to a bunch of Moonwell. It's going to be difficult for the archers to get taken down, as the Death Knight is also low on mana as well. All right, Bear is still causing a lot of problems. There goes another unit again. Beastmaster still has a Potion of Healing, has a Talisman of Evasion as well. So the Talisman of Evasion will allow that Beastmaster, in addition to that Devotion Aura, to stick around this fight for quite some time. All right, we're looking at Dire Quill Beast joining in on the fight. Another ghoul could get taken down here. One or two more shots should finish it off. There goes another ghoul again, as the Beastmaster is in a little bit of trouble, down to 134 hit points. Is it going to be able to finish off another ghoul? Yes, it does. That Beastmaster, this solo Beastmaster, could get taken down to 28, down to 19, down to 11 hit points, and he is able to escape and teleport back out. All right, talk about using every bit of hit points. That was incredibly close, as the Death Knight now looks to back away. Beastmaster, solo Beastmaster, nearly at level 5, and, well, the Thunder Lizards could make a very, very strong argument here in just a bit, as the Thunder Lizard ability is just great at taking down buildings. This particular strategy by LawLiet, perhaps using a lot of piercing damage, coming across, using a lot of piercing damage to be able to pick off units and deal damage to an army, and then have the Beastmaster get to level 6 for that channeling ability that's effective against buildings and being able to cause some siege. We are looking at a Naga Sea Witch joining in on the fight here. Gargoyles joining in as well, and, well, this could go either way right now. Will we see level 3 bears or level 3 quill beasts? That is the question I have, as the Naga Sea Witch, well, takes a Staff of Teleportation, and, well, are we going to see we perhaps could have seen a bash from that bear. I think that's what LawLiet was going for, summoning the Raging Bear to get in a big final bash. Raging Bear wandering back around right now. That Raging Bear, 28 to 30 damage. Also, well, 900 hit points, able to absorb so much damage right there. That Raging Bear pretty much a knight at this stage, as this bear, well, unable to join in on the fight as it's a little bit outside of range. Come on, get in some attacks there. The bear does get in some good bashes. Beastmaster will be getting up to level 5. And what is this? Well, getting up to level 5, going after those gargoyles. Could drop a couple of Quill Beasts. Doesn't have any Orb of Venoms, though, to actually put pressure on those gargoyles now. Both sides are sitting on 2 bases. Well, LawLiet trying to go for 3, but LawLiet actually, well, Staff of Teleportation now coming across here. We're going to see, are we going to see a Scroll of Town Portal? No, that was a Scroll of Town Portal joining in with the entire Naga Sea Witch army, getting in that damage. There's still a Raging Bear joining in on the fight here, as this Tree of Life is trying to replenish as many hit points as it can. A Ring of Protection +4. Dryad's going to finish off some more units here. Ogre Warriors getting in a little bit slowed as well, as the Gargoyles going after, well, those Wisps off to the side. No Ancient Protectors available. There's one finally coming online and going to be getting in some damage onto some of those, well, Gargoyles as they attempt to back away. Tree of Life needs to get repaired. Wisps will be making their way over. Perhaps some repairs are in order. Meanwhile, well, Dryad getting ensnared there. Naga Sea Witch will get to level 3 after the clearing of this creep camp, as the gargoyles are still wandering around. Still no Ancient Protectors at the other expansion, as we're looking at Goal setting up an expansion here too. So we are getting up a large amount of expansions all across the map. Tree of Life is getting repaired once more, as the Naga Sea Witch gets to level 3 and, well, has a very useless Scourge Bone Chimes, but those Rune Bracers will definitely help going up against the Death Knights, Death Coils, and the Liches, Frost Novas when we finally get to Tier 3. Yeah, the Lich. There's no Lich right now, but when we get to Tier 3. I'm making a prediction, Arya. Arya's like, there's no Lich on the field. Lich? There's no Lich. The Lich is Frost Nova. Do you think there's going to be a Lich? I'm pretty sure there's going to be a Lich. If there's another hero, I would be surprised at this point. All right. Mass Detonation coming across. Naga Sea Witch sitting at level 2, putting in some pressure onto that Tree of Life. Tree of Life now shows a Scroll of Town Portal. Lich plays like it's so 1999. There's a Scroll of Town Portal coming down across. Couple of skeletal minions going to get easily cleared up. Meanwhile, well, there's an Ancient of War just wandering around off to the side. Coming back down, Death Knight, a Sea Witch now making its way back down to the south here. Naga Sea Witch, or those Wisps needing some protection. The Ancient Protector not doing enough protection, as there are just so many units out here currently. Dryads will get added in here once more. Gargoyles trying to back away. Goal is just constantly harassing with all of these gargoyles right now. But what's more important is perhaps the fact that Goal is sitting on 2 bases and sitting on no upkeep. He could get into a large bank of gold here in just a moment, and he would be mining 20 gold a second compared to 7, soon to be 30, as we're looking at, well, a Raging Bear, or a Spirit Bear with Blink, trying to blink on inside, going after the Acolyte here, and could be able to finish it off. There goes one Acolyte, going after another Acolyte here. So blinking Raging Bear is getting in a couple of stuns, but it may not have enough. So many towers. No, finishes off another there. All right, one bear able to finish off 2 acolytes. Goblin sappers are making their rounds out as well, as this tree of life is going to get heavily pressured. Couple of wisps are right there. Are we going to see the goblin sappers make their way over? Yes, we are. This tree of life will get taken down. Wisp are already trying to come off to repair. There's a death coil to try and stop that. There is one goblin sapper. The second one does not take down the building in time. And, well, the Tree of Life is still hanging on ever so barely. How is it doing so? There goes the Naga Sea Witch. Goal finally using the Scroll of Town Portal, and too much separation from the 2 Goblin Sappers, making the difference right there, keeping that Tree of Life alive and well. All right. 45 supply, more acolytes need to be trained up over here on the bottom left to try and saturate this gold mine. Goal only having 3 acolytes here and only 1 acolyte here right now, as more acolytes going to get added in as well. Naga Sea Witch sitting at level 4. Is the Lich being trained? no, the Log Sea Witch is getting resurrected. No Lich being trained, as we're sitting at a level, looking at a level 4 Naga Sea Witch going after this creep camp here, casting silence across all of those units, preventing inner fire and bloodlust. All right, a couple of heals could be coming across here in just a moment. Ogre Magi, all of these units going to be making their rounds back out. We are looking at a Pendant of Mana on the Naga Sea Witch here. Well, Pendant of Mana, perhaps that will be sold, as normally the Naga Sea Witch doesn't need that much mana, but then again, it could be useful as well. All right, we are looking at level 2 Forked Lightning, level 2 Cold Arrows, no Mana Shield as of yet. Gargoyles making their way off over here to the top right. There's one Ancient Protector offering a bit of protection, as double Ancient Protectors coming across here at what I'll call the 10 o'clock expansion. All right, Scroll of Town Portal Staff of Teleportation being used. Gonna go ahead, perhaps drop the Pendant of Mana and then drink a bunch of Moonwell juice. Nope, did not remember to do that. And that would have been a very, very big difference. He's going to use a potion of a Clarity Potion and now pick up that Pendant of Mana again. We should be looking into a small engagement here in just a moment. Goblin Shredder going after this Tree of Life off to the side. That is going to go ahead and quickly get canceled out, as the Death Knight only sitting at level 4 compared to a level 5 Naga Sea Witch and level 5 Beastmaster. There's that Lich that I was talking about, Arya. Naga Sea Witch once again on the move up to 700, or will be able to get up to 700 mana here in just a second. Gargoyles are healing back up in the backside of the map, as well, the Gargoyle is going to be trying to put in a little bit of pressure here. Double Ancient Protectors, more than enough, as the Wisp are, well, trying to run around in here once more. We could be getting in some repairs. The Ghouls are off to the side as well. There is a large amount of damage as the Wisp are getting destroyed. Meanwhile, back in the center here, Lich having a very bad day, coming across an army of Dryads. How come the rest of the army is not chasing after that Lich? I do not know, as this expansion could end up getting taken down. All right, LawLiet looking to try and offer protection here. No repairs onto one of those Ancient Protectors. Oh, not enough repairs. I take it back, as the Raging Quill Beast trying to get in some damage too. All right, it's a retrain, so no more Raging Bears. It is Raging Quill Beast and now Thunderhawks. So the Thunderhawks are perhaps out in the sky and out and about, perhaps to try and give sight and give chase. However, those Hawks do end up getting eaten alive by those Gargoyles. They are not going to be able to stick around all that well. All right, what is this one Archer looking to do? Archer was just in there to try and absorb a large amount of damage. Forked Lightning finishing off a couple of those Acolytes here, as the Necropolis is taking a large amount of damage. Gargoyles once more in the air, trying to rotate, find another spot. Tome of Strengths being left behind pretty much everywhere, as new Ancient Protectors are being placed down. LawLiet playing this game as though he was Moon, setting up expansions in every part of the map. Meanwhile, Gold does have the army size advantage right now, but he is going to end up losing this base here in just a moment, as there are still 3 Spirit Towers here. All right, there is one Thunderhawk moving out, taking a large amount of damage from those Spirit Towers before trying to perhaps make its way off over here to the main base. It should not be able to stick around very, very well. You can see that Hawk taking quite a bit of damage. Could try to go after the Goblin Shredder or that Abomination, as that magic damage is extra effective. More repairs still getting underway. Naga Sea Witch, Forked Lightning finishing off a couple of Wisps. More Wisps need to be repaired, or needed for repairs, as the Lich comes in with a Frost Nova, and this expansion, well, looks like it needs to be protected with a Scroll of Town Portal. All right, the remains of this haunted gold mine are still there, but there is no Necropolis to try and train up more units. Obsidian, well, no, what is it? Well, Obsidian Statue trying to back away. Silence coming back across. Death Knight chasing after there, but the Ancient Protectors are still providing a lot of cover. Meanwhile, one Ancient Protector down to 2 hit points, still alive and well. Forked Lightning coming back across, as we're still seeing now level 2 on the Lich. Dryads are falling, and it looks like more and more units are going to continue to fall as well. All right, Stoneform Gargoyle is going to try and stay alive, taking a lot of focus fire, however, from those Raging Quill Beasts, as the Naga Sea Witch is still in position, and still more damage getting added in. Naga Sea Witch with those Rune Bracers somehow still staying alive, and it looks like this Abomination could get taken down as well. Yes, taken down perhaps at the hands of an Ancient Protector, as the Ancient Protector stays at 2 hit points, perhaps going to try and reroute itself and heal up again. main gold mines only have about a minute of mining left amongst them, a minute and a half. We are looking at this set of gold mines, well, fully entangled, and LawLiet may let this game run away if he's able to hold on to his economic advantage. His opponent does have a haunted gold mine here, but no acolytes to get that gold. Meanwhile, gold's this expansion about down to 8 minutes of mining here. Coming back around, more repairs. LawLiet still perhaps with expansions on his mine, raging. Well, that Beastmaster sitting at level 5, getting very close to level 6 now. And, well, the Sea Witch also with Tornado. So the Naga Sea Witch with Tornado, that is also an ultimate ability that is very effective against buildings. This strategy perhaps works best on a large map like Twisted Meadows, as we've seen not only of a very close to level 6 Beastmaster, but a very close to level 6 Naga Sea Witch as well. Damage now adding in. Alright, in comes the Thunderhawk. Thunderhawk gonna get in some damage. You can see how much damage it does to that obsidian statue. Able to do so much damage there as the Death Knight finally gets up to level 5. Are we going to see a Death Quail save that Abomination? No, we are not. Quill Beast taking a large amount of damage still here as the Thunderhawk still on cooldown. More Quill Beast could be added here in just a moment. That is a lot of Abominations. No bears for that front line as a Fork Lightning comes down, and there goes another Abomination again. All right. Abominations are very, very powerful frontline units, but the Dryads using very strong and effective semicircles to focus fire all of that damage onto one or two of those Abominations. There goes, I believe, a Dark Ritual to get a little bit more mana, and we could be looking at a Frost Nova as well, but with only level 1 Frost Nova, it is not a very efficient trade. We are looking now at the Beastmaster fighting next to a Goblin Merchant. Are we going to perhaps see Scrolls of Healing? Yes, we are. There's a Scroll of Healing being used. I believe it was on the Nagas. No, it was on the Beastmaster. And perhaps a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability could be used as well. There goes another Dark Ritual, perhaps. Yes, another Dark Ritual to try and constantly deny experience as the Naga Sea Witch is very close to level 6. More Abominations joining in on the fight. And, well, there goes all of those units again. 72 supply compared to 66. Are we going to go into Stampede? No, we are not. We don't even see that ability trained up yet. Meanwhile, level 5, level 3, level 2, going up against a level 6, level 5. The Beastmaster has not decided. Well, what is this? There is that teleportation. Are we going to see Stampede? Yes, we are. And there is a couple of units down there. Staff of Teleportation. And are we going to see the Stampede turn around? There we go. And there goes the Stampede to try and deal damage to all of these buildings. Anti-Magic Cell on the Beastmaster for good measure, as you're going to see all of these buildings just taking so much damage in the back. There goes 2 Ziggurats already. Beastmaster in a lot of trouble. Beastmaster gets taken down, though. Beastmaster gets taken down at level 6. Does it give any levels? No, it doesn't. But a number of buildings were lost here. But losing a level 6 Beastmaster is going to be felt hard. Dryads now making their way back around. Death Knight sitting at level 5. Abomination really chasing after all of those units as well. And are we going to see a very slow resurrection on that Beastmaster? Yes. LawLiet knowing that the Beastmaster's main usefulness is going to be Stampede, and he's just letting that cooldown go right now while resurrecting that Beastmaster as well. Back over here to the bottom left, there is, what was that, Wand of the Wind, or was that Tornado? Nope, Staff of Teleportation now trying to be used. Perhaps I thought the Sea Witch was going to try and use Tornado. It did, in fact, use Tornado, but unable to, well, finish off any of those buildings. All right, Beastmaster instead resurrected back at the tavern. Moonwells, well, are going to be, well, rather full right here in just a moment. Picking up that Pendant of Mana again here in just a second. You can take a look how many Moonwells that LawLiet has. LawLiet actually has more Moonwells than he needs. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, coupled with 4 Trees of Life. So that's 150 overall supply that he has access to. So those Moonwells are just being used as instantaneous heal potions whenever he needs them. Beastmaster once more on the move, perhaps going to try and go after this particular expansion here, as Goal has no easy way to try and, well, scroll of Town Portal into this particular spot. Still has 60 seconds, however, for that Stampede, as the Dryads are just going to poke apart this Necropolis and get it taken down pretty fast. Abomination now trying to head back as well. Are we going to be looking at, there's that Thunderhawk. Are we going to see some more Quill Beast be thrown down, as that Abomination going to end up falling? Naga Sea Witch, well, Fork Lightning finishing off a couple of those Acolytes once more, as this expansion going to get taken down. Seemed like a bad trade on that Stampede. Yeah, perhaps. I think he was trying to hope to take down more key buildings, even taking down this Black Citadel, who's already down to under 1,000 hit points. And if it's not being repaired, that's going to be absolutely bad news. Naga Sea Witch, where is it going? It is trying to slither away. Perhaps the Beastmaster is going to scroll of Town Portal to try and protect the expansion, or his main base, and all of these Moonwells, which are incredibly important, as it's going to heal up all of the units here. Meanwhile, the Naga Sea Witch is going to duel in for some split action and then cast Tornado. Yeah, there's that Tornado to get some damage onto all of these buildings right here. Black Citadel could get taken down. That's 100 damage a second, and you can see how effective that really is. Naga Sea Witch teleports back to try and save, unable to do that, and this Tornado has just finished off so many of these buildings, as we're going to see, well, the Beastmaster coming in to get the rest of the job done. All right, Crypt down to 22 hit points. Could get taken down pretty fast. Meanwhile, the Abominations have cleaned up many of the Moonwells, so healing is going to now be a little bit more difficult. Going from 150 supply maximum down to 80, losing 7 Moonwells, but this Naga Sea Witch could end up getting lost here. All right, Naga Sea Witch about to fall. There it goes. 220 experience for that Beastmaster, as the Naga Sea Witch is now back and ready for more fighting. All right, Dryads finishing off the remaining buildings here, and the Beastmaster says, you know what? I too can repeat this strategy. Let's take a look at what's going to end up going down. And there is that Beastmaster. Thunder Lizards are getting stampeding, but I believe the positioning is actually a little bit out of normal. You can see that Lizard actually didn't attack anything, and now this Beastmaster could be in a lot of trouble. All right, taking a large amount of damage. Scroll of Town Portal now, no, Staff of Teleportation now being used. However, well, it wasn't finished off in time. All right, coming back across over here, Beastmaster taking a large amount of damage. Naga Sea Witch is still here, cooldown on both ultimates, and using this massive range-piercing army, and then the ultimate abilities of the Naga Sea Witch and the Beastmaster. Death Coil, not going to be in time, too much distance. Beastmaster uses a Scroll of Town Portal and takes everyone back home. Home doesn't feel like the same, though, without those, 7 extra Moonwells to keep everyone alive and well. The entire army could have been back up to full hit points. Yes, there is a shade keeping track of all of that, as the Beastmaster going to, well, come on, drink from that Moonwell and heal back up. There you go. And now the Tree of Eternity once more on the move. All right, expansion over here on the bottom left. 5 Ancient Protectors all in position. We're going to start entangling another gold mine again, as Goal is looking to haunt this gold mine here at what I'll call the 8 o'clock starting location. Dryads looking to retreat back once more. 50 supply compared to 47. LawLiet with a very large gold advantage throughout the match, but he is currently even in terms of overall army size. 47 supply compared to 46. You do have to remember Ancient Protectors and towers do not count towards your supply count, even though, well, they could actually be the final buildings to win the game. Tree of Life making its way off to the north here. We'll try and entangle this gold mine once more. 46 supply compared to 49. Death Knight, Naga Sea Witch, and Lich. Some very powerful hero nuking is possible, especially with the Death Knight sitting at level 3 Death Coil. Let's take a look. Naga Sea Witch here is invisible. We are going to be looking at another possible Tornado, and the Tornado perhaps going to finish off some of these key buildings right here. Where is that Tornado going to be cast? That is the question. Naga Sea Witch getting resurrected and trying to hide off in the very far back here. There we go. There's a Fork Lightning. There's the Tornado, and the buildings are just going to absolutely fall. All right, losing these buildings buildings in a matter of seconds. Haunted Goldmine going to get taken out as well. Meanwhile, Beastmaster was trying to do a little bit of harassment off over here. Where did it teleport off to? Beastmaster teleported back home and is going to try and heal up again. Meanwhile, Naga Sea Witch has finished off a number of buildings and was unable to finish off the Haunted Goldmine. I could have thought that it could have taken it down if it was just repositioned. Meanwhile, back off, well, we see the farm of Moonwells for more healing off to the north. Naga Sea Witch does have a Staff of Teleportation. There in comes those units. Are we perhaps going to see that Staff of Teleportation heading back out? Yes, we are. And there goes the Naga Sea Witch heading back home and, well, pretty much getting back up to full health. All right, Gold pretty much sees the writing on the wall. LawLiet with almost 4,000 gold in the bank, and Gold just says, you know what? There's no way I can win this matchup. Great use of Tornado and Stampede to constantly put pressure on buildings, even though the army was mainly all piercing damage. With the I've never seen Tornado effectively used that well so much, constantly being able to take down buildings in what seemed like a matter of seconds and then just teleporting out of a bad spot. No Dark Ranger with Silence pretty much allowed LawLiet to use that strategy, since there were no ways to stop any of the channeled abilities. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.